So, John, why don't you give a really brief, sort of vague introduction of yourself and a more detailed introduction of your character?
Okay. Well, I'm an old time player. Been playing like your DM since first edition. Uh, did a lot of playing, did a lot of DMing, and until about COVID, and hadn't done anything since then except play. And let me open up the character sheet here. Uh, Basically, when you see the character, of course, I hadn't figured out approaching outside, but he's wearing armor, has a halberd across his back. Gets closer to you, you'll see he has coarse hair, wedge-shaped ears, and pointed teeth, giving him kind of a feral appearance. He is a bugbear. I'll tell you, he's Sergeant Olgar, recently from the Royal Marines. And if you need any help, I'm looking for some place to make a living as a mercenary adventurer now. And basically, he is a fighter and uses a halberd most of the time. Uh, you know, bugbears have a long reach. The halberd has a long reach, so I can hit them from a little ways out as they come in. Not
So,
much else to tell. Uh,
I will give you a brief description of Ben's character, which is, I believe, Fango. Fango is. No, he's not playing Fango. Never mind. Fango is probably Maka's character.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, Ben's character is Klebar Locke, uh, which is he is a plasmoid
Hmm.
uh, wizard slash warlock. He is not the only interesting race in the party. Um, Rance, is your character the ooze over the skeleton?
No, no, I'm just the simple human.
Human.
Ah,
That was, I think that was Maka Flare who was that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think
okay,
Maka was Sprig and
that's right.
who was it?
Yeah, there was another person that was playing Fango that also
Yeah.
dropped in our break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where they were.
excuse me. All right. How about our pugilists go next?
Yeah. I'm a dwarf pugilist. I am playing Darkroom Keggkeeper. Uh, Pretty much a tavern brawler. Has a history with being a part of an old mercenary guard troop, and when he left that, decided to use his skills at hand-to-hand combat to earn some money. Now he's here.
Okay, and Rance, why don't you go?
Okay. So, my character's Honora. She's a human, young human woman. She is a cleric slash warlock. Um, and she has a penchant for firearms because her father taught her about firearms because he was a researcher who did research on firearms. But she doesn't actually have any right now. She has one that doesn't work. That is like an heirloom, but she doesn't use them currently. But that's sort of her interest because of her father. So and other than that, she is a cleric of Rao, uh, or that's who she reveres currently.
And Sarge, uh,
Yeah.
coming into town, one of the town guard tells you about a group of people that have gone under the sewers of the city. And the captain of the guard is pretty sure that they could use all the help that they can get. But the night before you were going to go down and introduce yourself, when you woke up the next morning, you woke up in a creaky, dink cell somewhere under the city of Calimport. And there are two elderly wizards having an argument. And you can roll, we'll say, an insight check to see if you can figure out what they're talking about.
Yeah, real insight. Whoops. Ooh, good roll.
So, they're arguing because their last research subjects have either been confiscated, destroyed, or have gone missing. They get really heated when they start talking about Subject 7. They start referring to you as Subject 9. And they're trying to figure out exactly what parts of your anatomy that they want to either reuse in a different body or use your body as the template for. And all your gear is sitting in a bag not very far away from the cell. They're also arguing because apparently their original laboratory, they have lost a certain amount of equipment. And there are intruders about, but boss says they have to move forward, so that's where you come in. And for everybody else's memory, you guys are looking at a carrion crawler at the base of a ladder. that is currently stuffing up the tunnel, preventing you from moving forward. So, who wants to go first?
Just a question. Didn't we take some corpses and feed the carrion crawler to try to get it to like us, or did
Yeah, you have
or did
fed
you?
one. Yes, you have fed one body to the carrion crawler so far. But now it seems as if it's not going anywhere because you have now fed it and it wants more food.
Well, from what I know, if you want an animal to follow you, you carry its food around with you, and it will follow you wherever you go.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it can't make it up the stairs.
But I mean, I guess what I'm suggesting is, should we bring one of the corpses down the ladder with us and have the carrion crawler follow us? And then if anything attacks, maybe we can use it as a shield.
The only problem with that is it is literally blocking up the tunnel. You can't get around it to have it
Oh,
follow you.
got it.
How substantial this cage they've got me in look?
Roll a perception check. Um, Not substantial. In fact, it appears to have been hastily constructed. And by constructed, uh, the walls are actually and roof are all made out of panels that have been tied together.
Oh, it's really not much of a cage. They're not paying much attention to me, really. They're just arguing with each other, right?
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can pull a little bit of it apart quietly.
Okay.
I might try to use a little stealth along with my strength to do that. Give you a quick stealth check. And then if you want strength, well, strength or athletics to pull this thing apart.
Athletics.
Which way? Well, it doesn't matter. They're both the same.
Yeah.
Can I pull it apart where I can just slip out of it?
Hang on just a second. Let's see. 18. Yes, you managed to pull it apart.
quietly.
Yes. But to open it anymore, you realize it's going to make a lot of noise because as you start opening it, the roof begins tilting down.
So it's just going to fall apart behind me as I step out. How
Yeah.
far away is my equipment? Like
15 feet.
15 feet?
Yeah.
And where are these two guys standing? These two wizards. Okay. Uh,
Oh, wait. I moved you to the wrong, or moved it all to the wrong thing. Hang on.
okay, is this the cage I'm in? Basically, except it isn't, or is it? Kind of hard for me to tell without the.
Yeah, technically you are here.
Okay. And the two guys arguing are where?
They are. Yeah, I forgot where everything is.
Got a token made up to the character.
Okay.
They're there. And my stuff is where?
Basically, right here.
Right there. So in other words, I could grab it and get to them on the way.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to determine. Okay. Since I've done this stealthily, my action is going to be to flip it apart, grab my halberd, and take a swing at this first son of a bitch here.
Okay.
And I'm assuming they'll be a little bit surprised to find me out of the cage and coming at them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Move up to them and take the swing.
actually roll initiative first.
Okay. My initiative isn't worth a shit. But I'm assuming I get to go before they do because of the surprise. Is that correct?
Maybe. Let's double check something here real quick. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a swipe at this first sucker.
Okay.
Ooh, shitty roll. Will a 12 hit this unsuspecting man?
12 will indeed hit him.
Okay, well. It's 11 plus, since it's a surprise attack. He gets another 6 points because I get to do that when I surprise somebody.
So what's the total
And
damage? 17.
It's a total of 17 points on this boy.
Okay. Okay.
Now I just guess we go into initiative.
Yep. Okay. Okay. You hear him go, run. Mortimer, run. Okay. He is going to do an arcane burst on you. I'm assuming a 22 hits you.
Absolutely, I don't have any armor on.
Ouch. That's 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage.
Yeah.
I fall down.
Okay. So the two of them are like, he's unsuitable for using. Go dump the body. So they stuff you. After walking around for a while, and they put your unconscious form where they think the carrion crawler will deal with it for them.
They just pitch my junk out too.
Oh yeah.
We don't observe any of this from where we're at.
Actually,
Like
I
where they
need
dump the body.
you don't observe it, but roll perception checks.
Perception. There it is.
Okay. So at the very least, the two of you hear them dragging the body, talking about letting the carrion crawler deal with the body like all the others.
And which direction are they coming from?
That noise is coming from the ladder where the carrion crawler is.
All right.
Which, by the way, it starts to move away.
Well, there goes that plan. You turned out right on whatever that thing was. What's next?
You want me to start making death saves?
Go ahead and roll the first death save. That's a success.
You're not supposed to tell them, you know.
Uh,
That's why I said it's private.
it doesn't really matter.
I look at Dirkram and I say, I think I can make him run away for a few seconds, but we'll have to hurry to get down the ladder and get through the tunnel before he decides to come back if we try that. If I try it. If you want to do it.
Right, well, I mean, it seems like it's about to get a meal anyway, so I suggest we run now while we can.
Oh, did it leave or is it still blocking our
No,
path?
it left. It left.
Oh, okay. If it left, then yeah, we should follow it.
All right. We'll proceed down the ladder.
Okay. As you proceed down the ladder, you see a body laying on the floor not too far away.
All right. Christ, it's gonna be in the way. It's stopped for a meal. What are we gonna do?
Okay. I wonder if that body is still alive.
Roll another death save. Well, that ain't good.
I think the first thing I'm going to do, just in case, when it's my turn, I'm going to cast Healing Word on the body, just in case it's still alive.
You can do that now because we're technically not in any turn order.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. How do I? I'm trying to figure out where to click to cast the spell on the new character sheet. There we go. Well,
Yeah, there it is.
that still didn't.
I believe it's in your combat. Heals and stuff should be under your attacks.
Oh, here it is. It popped up and asked me what level I want to cast it at. Okay. There we go.
Yep.
12.
12.
So, Sarge, you got 12 hit points.
My head pops up. I start shaking, looking around. What the hell did they do to me?
As you look down the hallway, a carrion crawler is inching its way towards you. And you see light coming from behind it and voices.
All right, so you're right. He wasn't completely dead. That's good, I guess. What do we do now?
I pick up my sack of stuff and my halberd over my shoulder. I don't think we can take that thing.
Hey, do you have any dead bodies over there?
I don't know that there are any. I was almost one myself.
All right, hold on. Stay there. I'm going to go backwards because we had some bodies up here, right?
Well, let's
Yes.
back up to them.
Yeah. Can I get a
I
body
can't
from
do anything without armor on.
Yeah. Can I grab a body from one of wherever we were holding the bodies that we were gonna give it and try
Sure.
to distract it?
Sure.
First off, where were we keeping bodies? I guess the big guy, right? That guy's
Yeah.
dead. Yeah. I'll start dragging a piece of the big guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And I guess can I attempt to hold out like can I get an arm off this thing and just like hold it out
Sure.
and attempt to like gain favor to this crawler?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. What would that be?
Aren't connected with those wizards, I guess. Right?
They don't seem to be.
Yep. Nope.
I don't think you want to go to that direction.
Hmm.
There's some wizards down there. I don't know how the hell I got in there with them, but they were planning on using my body for something, and I got free and whacked one, and they whacked me.
Yep.
Join the club. We were all experienced the same thing. We kind of want to get revenge on those guys, but I'm kind of tapped out at the moment.
They kind of.
I mean, I could
A
go
little
for a
powerful.
few more rounds.
They did a one shot to me.
Well, the first thing we gotta figure out is how to get you out of there so that we can get you up here. I mean, there's really nowhere to go. This thing's kind of blocking the way. Is there any room for him to,
Is
like...
there any way out of this sewer except past this?
Yeah, we gotta get past this thing.
Yeah, but that might lead to those guys who threw me out the door.
Right.
For that thing's supper.
Is there a way that I can I like
Seriously.
throw the arm in a position that would allow our new friend here to just kind of sidle against the wall by the crawler?
Oh, is the crawler between me and them?
Oh yeah. Yeah, hi, we're over here.
See, I'm not
you
seeing
see a good,
anything at this point.
if you see a good spot to
Apparently, my dark vision isn't turned on, so I don't see anything with a black screen.
Hang on. Yeah, hang on.
Well, that explains a lot.
We'll have to fix your vision here. The cladding. Can you see now?
I see something down a little ways.
Yeah, this is the thing that's trying to eat you.
It wants to.
Yeah. Right now, I've got it distracted with a dead creature's arm or something.
Okay, give it a whole body, and I'll try to slip by it.
Sarge, as you finish that statement, somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, "Excuse me."
Where'd you come from?
I'm not entirely sure.
Did you check into one of the inns and suddenly appear here?
I don't remember. He squishes by you. He lays his hands on the carrion crawler, and the carrion crawler transforms into a rat and scurries off.
Oh, how convenient.
Sorry,
Right,
but
well, I could have done that if I knew magic.
I have to go.
Oh,
I'm
could
beginning
use
to
his help.
realize now we don't have much magic users right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Well, can we get someplace where I can take time to get into this armor so I can be a little more
Yeah.
effective?
And Sarge, you
Right,
can
yeah.
roll a perception check for the person that you just saw.
Okay.
Crawl up here.
The person you just saw had the number 7 tattooed on his forehead.
Number 7 tattooed on his forehead, huh? Doesn't mean much to me at this point.
Do you mention it to the
Yeah,
new
I'll
guys?
mention it to them. Some
Okay.
guy, the guy that came out there, turned into a rat with. He had a 7 tattooed on him, right in the middle of his forehead.
And I know as players, it's been a while, but as characters, you just found a whole series of bodies that had numbers tattooed on their forehead. And
So,
you have a handout specifically discussing subject 7.
Right.
oh yeah.
When we broke Bingo out, that was the big deal.
Yeah.
Subject 7 was causing problems.
Huh. Well, he's
Yeah,
their
they told
problem
me
now, I
number
guess.
9. They didn't know my name. By the way, I'm Sarge.
Right, Dirkram.
Honora,
I'm Sergeant Bulgar, but you can call me Sarge. I'm not I'm not in anymore. I got out after
Hey.
10 years. Decided it was enough. I wanted to earn some more money.
Hey, ain't that the truth?
Can we get out of here?
guys, would it be all right if we head back to the surface for a little bit? They didn't say we couldn't come back till we finished, right? I could really use some supplies.
That is
Yeah,
very.
I
Yes.
feel like we've found quite a bit down here, enough evidence for whatever they want. And we took care of the thing that was probably eating them, so...
Well, I'd like to go have a discussion with that innkeeper where I was staying.
Right.
He's
Sure.
obviously feeding people down here. I
Well,
don't like that.
Okay.
No.
Let us.
yeah, we're leaving here. Oh boy.
So were you guys supposed to be rescuing number 7?
No, we were supposed to take care of whatever was down there eating the guards.
Well, that
Ever
was probably that
investigating.
carrion crawler.
Well, it's taken care of now. It's a rat for the time being.
Yeah. When we
We
get out,
also
I'll start
managed to.
donning my stuff and start putting on armor and all.
Okay. So the where the bulk of the party started was basically here. And you guys wound up down here. And the inn you were staying at was literally right here.
That might be the people we should stick the guard on.
Right.
We should probably report in to the. Was it a lieutenant or somebody who sent us down there?
It was a lieutenant, yeah.
Yeah, so we could report into him and also report that maybe that innkeeper was in cahoots with the wizards,
Okay.
because they're well aware of who these two brothers are.
Yep. And John, I think you said you were buying an item. Did you do so? Sarge?
No, that was on the other character, I think.
Okay.
I think this one was pretty well set up.
Okay. So you have 2,000 gold, by the way?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was using the outfit. And I've
Okay.
still got some left.
Okay.
But I bought the breastplate with that. Or half plate, rather.
Yeah. So also, you guys recovered some stuff. So if you're selling that or buying anything, let me know.
Okay.
How do you work potions? If they're you drink it out of combat or use an action, does it just give you max? Or you do roll for it all the time?
So healing potions. Did I put that in the house rules?
I don't know if I saw it. I didn't remember. That's why I asked.
Hang on. Check something here. Okay. If you go to under the handout house rules, it discusses healing potions there towards the bottom. So tier 1 gives you 25%, which is just your regular potion of healing. The potion of greater healing gives you 50%. Potion of superior 75%. And
When
supreme
you say percents, what do you mean?
percents of your hit points.
Percent of your hit points.
Yeah, your max hit points. So if you have 25 hit points max, the 25% or the normal healing potion would give you 5 plus 2. So it'd give you 7 hit points.
Yeah.
14 hit points if it's the next level up.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So it becomes more powerful as you level up.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I was just wondering because some DMs say if you drink it as an action, you get the full value. You know, like the full 2d4 plus two.
You're right.
And if you do it in combat or use a bonus action to drink it, you have to roll. That's what I was wondering about.
Yeah. No, we don't roll at all. Um, Second thing I should mention, we don't track proficiency slots or attunement slots, I should say.
Okay.
Um,
So
I used to track attunement slots, but I made the essentially the way I had it previously was you had a number of uh, the original number of attunement slots plus your proficiency bonus. But the reality is that essentially becomes unlimited anyway.
okay.
Uh, Strictly speaking, the limits now aren't. Um, it's what you can wear.
Yeah,
Uh,
like you don't get two helmets.
exactly.
Yeah,
The
that's
one,
going back to the old rules.
yes, uh, and back to the old one, you can wear two rings at the same time,
But
one
you
on
can't wear
each
10 of
hand.
them.
No, you
That the old
can, but you
rules
can't.
let us.
Yeah,
The old rules let us. But when I say the old rules, I'm talking about like 1 and 2. You could wear as many rings as you had fingers for.
yeah.
Some industrious soul that came up with the idea of having earrings made out of them,
Hmm.
so
So,
you could get a couple extras. Yeah.
what else? I think that's kind of it for now. We'll address anything else we run across when that happens. Okay.
Yep.
So, what are you guys doing now? And of course, you can all do a long rest now.
Cool.
Ooh, a long rest.
Um,
Haven't got one of those yet.
if we've already reported to the lieutenant, then
Yes.
yeah, then I would say find a place to take a long rest. I
Not that in.
yeah, right. Uh, I showed us having like 1,604 gold pieces and 840 silver pieces, not counting the various items we had found.
Right.
How are we dividing those? 4 people, 3 people, 5 people?
I don't
Uh,
remember who's even in the party anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
well, yeah. There's that. So,
if we say 4 people, it'll round out pretty evenly.
yeah.
Even though there's only 3 of us getting it, one fourth we would have gone with matchup, I guess.
Ben's character is still with us. He's just not here today. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah, it would probably be 4 people. Give something to the guy we just rescued.
Okay, so that'd be like 401. Just the coins. It'd be 401 for each of us, and Ben, and 210 silver for each of us. If y'all want to go ahead and do that now.
Yeah. I'll add that. Put 401.
Okay. To make things a little bit easier, I'm going to remove Fango.
Now, my notes say that Fango is Ben,
Yeah.
a
Oh,
barbarian.
is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was the sorcerer and the artificer that dipped out.
Okay.
Yeah, the kobold,
Yeah.
sorcerer,
Vex.
and the skeleton.
Yeah, Vex was the
Yeah.
Skello. Kobold.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to delete that character sheet.
How much silver was that again?
200. It was 840 total, so 210 per person. That's what I have in my notes.
210 silver. Okay.
Yes, silver. 401 gold, 210 silver.
All right. Just want to make sure I get that right. That is a hefty chunk of change.
Yeah, and then we have some like some rings, some not magic, I don't think, some gems, and then the various magic items we had found. But we had kind of already divided those up, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Might be worth keeping those rings and gems around. Never know when a spell
Yeah.
might need them or something.
I say we just leave them in the party loot until we're desperate.
Yeah. Nice asset we can either use or liquidate later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at some point, Honora is going to go shopping for some components that she needs.
Okay.
Primarily incense.
Okay.
Like 50 to 100 gold pieces worth. If I assume that won't be hard to find.
No, not in Calimport.
Okay, then I'll just get 100.
Yeah, Calimport's a very large metropolitan area, so there's pretty much access to everything here. With the exception of a handful of legendary magic items.
Like
And even
legendary magic items.
And that's not to say there are none in the city, but none that are for sale. Okay, so now what?
Well,
So
I
are
asked
we?
asked the guard when they were going to go by and talk to that innkeeper because I want to go by and pick up my horse.
Okay.
So when they're visiting, I'm going to pick up my horse and bring him along.
Okay. They go to talk to the innkeeper, and they start asking you a whole bunch of questions like, when was the last time you saw this innkeeper?
Last night before I went to bed.
And said innkeeper, he was in good health, didn't talk about going away anywhere.
No, just rented me the room. I woke up in a cell underground.
Did he have any other employees that you noticed?
I really didn't notice. I was just talking to him.
Okay, well, for now, please don't leave town.
Plan on going anywhere. My horse and gear still there?
Your gear's still there.
Yeah, so I'll pick up the horse. What you see is I've got a draft horse, not a war horse. They wouldn't let me take the war horse with me when I left, so I bought a draft horse. know, I'm kind of big, and regular horse wouldn't do too good. And we'll go to some other inn maybe and stay.
Yeah. So yeah, a few other people walk out of this inn, and the city guards start nailing up boards across the entrance to the inn.
I asked them, so are we relieved of our service, or do you need us to continue to investigate in those tunnels?
The lieutenant is like, we would like you to continue investigating. How much do you tell him? Do you tell him about Subject 7 or give him the handout?
I have nothing to hide unless
Yeah,
the others don't want to tell. Like the demon, the succubus, and the
yeah. I'd say share everything. That's what we were asked to do.
yeah.
Okay.
Demon and the succubus too, besides the Macari. Oh, those two wild men.
The
Uh,
succubus was probably their boss, but she didn't fight it. Luckily,
Hmm.
so when you tell them about Subject 7, uh, the lieutenant kind of looks at you guys going, still alive, you say?
The reason I got out of there alive is because of 7.
There's a substantial reward for his return. You should be aware of.
Seemed like a pretty powerful spellcaster or something. He turned that carrion crawler into a rat.
Well,
is he return as a criminal or return as a survivor?
return as a survivor. His family has offered up 40,000 gold pieces
Whoa!
for his return.
Wow.
Maybe we should go back in the tunnel, guys.
Not today. We'll go back tomorrow after
Yeah,
this.
tomorrow.
A nice rest will do us good. That way I can continue punching things later.
So, let's see. Long rest for the night. You find a new inn. Excuse me. As info, the new inn is 5 silver pieces per night, or 1 gold for 2 nights.
Since there won't be
One night, I guess.
just pay for
Yeah,
the night.
the night. How much was the night again? Silver, right? Yeah.
How much
5.
do you want to take care of my horse and
silver.
stuff?
Per person or per room?
Per room.
Okay.
I mean, I guess the question is, how are we setting up?
1 additional silver piece to cover your horse
Stable
for a
horse.
night. Yeah.
I went ahead and got a room for myself. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab a room for myself.
Not,
Okay.
not that
the question is, do we need to be in one room and guard each other, since we have a tendency of waking up in cells?
Oh, that is true.
Well, maybe we better.
I mean, if y'all want to share just to be safe,
I feel like we should all just bunk up in one room. I mean, I don't take up much space.
Sure, watches that way.
Yeah.
That
Do
way
they have a bigger room for extra cost that we could
Got it.
share?
Yeah. They have a room that has 4 beds in it for 1 gold piece per night.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I say we do that. That's better.
Okay.
Who's putting up the cost? Or I guess we can all.
I'll cover it. I'll cover it this time, and next time somebody else can. How's that sound?
All right, yeah, perfect.
Good.
The goal.
Okay. Why don't you guys give me
We
a
need to set
watch
watches
order?
while we're there.
Watch order. God,
There's 4 of you,
I've
so
got
you
pretty good perception, and they're probably not going to hit us like right at the start of the night. So I don't mind being either in the middle or at the end.
Yeah,
So
I'm good.
somebody want to take
Any-
the early one just because there's less chance of us getting, you know.
I have a decent perception, but I have like really bad dice rolls, so I don't know.
The towel of the dice is one
Yeah.
thing. We got 4 beds. We're gonna use 2 of them. We're gonna put one of them up against the door.
Well, again, we have the barbarian is technically with us. He's just being quiet right now. You know, he's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
I mean,
we spent
accounting for him, I don't know what his perception is, but I mean, I feel like he could take maybe the first watch, or just not watch at
Okay.
all. I mean, we could just split it into 3s, let him
Okay.
sleep.
E-
I'd say you're worried about your perception rolls. I say you should take the first watch, because there's a chance they might hit us early.
Okay.
And then I'll take the second watch because that's when they're most likely to strike. And then by the end of it, I mean, I don't know what your perception is, but I doubt they're likely to strike right at the crack of dawn. So,
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
on my watch, I'm planning on being armed and ready.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always armed and ready.
Do we have window and door both to watch?
Yes.
I'm going to stick a piece of furniture in front of the door, whether it's a bed or a dresser or something, so it don't make any noise. They try to come that way and stand near the window, not in front of it, next to it. So some stoop sticks his head in the window, he's going to lose it.
I'm going to. I can't believe I actually have some of these. This is hilarious. I am going to, with you putting a piece of furniture at the door to block them, I'm going to Home Alone the window, and I'm going to drop some caltrops. So if they step through the window, they're getting a foot full of spikes.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, it won't take off head. I'll wait till they're hopping around and cut them from the middle. Oh.
I mean, they'll most certainly make noise if they come in that way.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So who has the last watch?
I do.
Yeah, I believe Sarge is taking it.
Okay. So Sarge, just as you start seeing rays of light at dawn time, hanging out the window, you see a dark figure hanging upside down at the window.
I'm not looking out the window. I'm standing next to it. I'm not really watching it.
Okay.
I'm not looking out the window, so I wouldn't see it.
So the window starts to open, and a figure cloaked in black steps in. Let's see.
And Sarge hits him with his halberd.
Okay. Roll the attack.
That's for the.
Pardon?
Roll the attack.
Roll the attack.
Okay. I assume 21's going to hit.
Yep.
Does he drop?
Nope.
And I'm going to hit him again. I'm going to action surge
Okay.
and yelling as I do it. Oh, let me see something here. Yeah, that's not an 8. That's actually a 10 because I have expertise in that. And my 1s and 2s are actually 3s. So that's 16 plus 14. That's 30 points. Let me check here now. That's 32 points. So there's a 1 in that one too.
Uh, he, uh, he's
And
hopping up
he's
and
also
down, and
he's also stepping on Caltricks, which is going to do
yeah,
some damage.
and
Yeah, I believe if that was for the deck save, that 13,
Yeah.
definitely failed it.
he throws a piece of paper at Sarge, pulls on the rope, and gets yanked back out of the window.
Jesus.
As he's leaving, I'm going to hit him again. A 16 hitting?
No.
Okay. I take another swing at him as he goes out the window. Should have cut the damn rope. Oh well.
I don't think they were there to hurt us if they threw a paper at you.
Well, they didn't come friendly, climb in our window.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the paper and look at it.
When you initially look at it, it appears to be blank.
I handed it to one of the other guys. Here's your note. There's
Yeah,
nothing on
I feel like this small kerfuffle woke us up, right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I was yelling anyway because
Yeah. So yeah,
I wasn't just hitting him; I was yelling at him.
Durgrim will take the paper and kind of give it a once over.
So, roll a perception check.
12.
So, you can tell there's something written on it, but you can't tell exactly what.
And I try to hold it over a light to get a better look at it.
Yes. Roll an insight check. As you do so, you're holding it over a candle, and you notice any place where the candle has applied heat to the paper, text begins to appear. And as the contents of the note are revealed, it essentially says, "Welcome to Calimport from the Assassin's Guild."
Hey, those cheeky little bastards tried to kill us.
We are pleased to invite you to consult with the master of the guild at noon today.
They're still willing to talk to us.
Well, maybe not trying to kill us. Looks like we've got an invitation.
So you're to meet at appear to.
Well,
Wait,
we're gonna go look for that fellow that went missing, but I feel like this one's time sensitive.
Hope they are serious about the.
They might have answers about what happened.
I'm not too sure about going to meet these guys after I whacked the hell out of one of them.
They probably see that as a sign of strength, don't they? I mean, they couldn't get a one-up on you, so...
Man,
so do you go
Besides,
meet
didn't
him?
deal with
Assassin should
assassin
know it's
guilds
not
when I
easy
was
to
in
sneak up on
the
somebody who's
service.
as paranoid as we are right now.
I mean, if they're assassins, it was their own fault for getting caught, right?
Yeah,
Very true. They should have known that I was gonna lay something on the floor to alert us. That we'd have a lookout. And that we'd lock the door and bar it.
maybe they tried the door. Now they wouldn't have gone through the end. They just be clever and come in through the window.
Hey, but I thought of that.
Okay, so do you go down to the docks at noon?
I don't see why not. I feel like they really wanted to get our attention. They might have information.
No.
And
I
we
mean,
can
if they were
always...
wanting,
Hmm?
now, if they were wanting to kill us, surely they would have tried to do it that
Yeah,
night. So,
exactly. So yeah, they just wanted to get our attention. They got it. I feel like we should go there, see what they have to say, and if we don't like it, we just continue doing what we said we were going to do.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'll go along with this. I'm kind of
Okay.
leery about going. We didn't deal with assassins when, well, not
I
on
mean,
a friendly basis when I was in the service.
So you guys go down there. You go
Before
to, yeah. Go ahead.
before we go, I just wanted to DM. I now have a familiar now that I was able to get my spell components, and for the party, Honora now has a small pseudo dragon perched on her shoulder.
Okay. Always like pseudo dragons.
Yeah.
All right. So you get down, uh, get to pier number 2. And you all can roll perception checks. Okay. So Honora and Sarge, uh, you see a figure dressed all in black, standing there with his arms crossed, leaning against one of the boats. And Sarge, you're pretty sure it's the guy you hit this morning. Uh, he does not look entirely pleased. He just walks up to you guys and goes, "Follow me."
Hey, man,
And
I didn't know you were coming to leave a note. Sneak it in the window like that, what caused it, you know?
you could have knocked. at least.
He's like, orders are orders.
It used to be one of them.
So you walk a couple of blocks back, basically to here. And you enter a building and wander through some rooms that seem to connect to other buildings, and eventually find a trapdoor in the floor that he has you go down. The tunnel underneath is part of the sewer system, and you walk not very far, and he stops, turns around, and hands each of you a bag and a sort of like a loose cuff tied into a silken rope. And the cuffs are roughly 5 feet apart on the silken rope for you to slip a single hand through. It's like, from here, you guys can't see where we're going. So, put the bags over your head, put your hand through the cuff, and then I'll lead you the rest of the way.
I have a hard time trusting right now, but
So, all right, where's my features?
I get a good grip on my halberd and I put the bag on and stick an arm in the cup.
Okay.
Are we walking along stone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to use bonus action to gain tremor sense up to 60 feet.
Okay.
So I can track where we're going.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, what about my pseudo dragon? Do they do anything with it?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to use my bonus action to see through its eyes quietly.
They thought they could get us.
So,
Yep.
So you walk approximately another 80 feet, and then the pseudo dragon loses sight. It's unable to see.
Okay.
It digs its claws into your shoulder because it is now afraid of falling off of your shoulder. And you lose your tremor sense because you begin walking on ceramic tile. And after...
Ceramic is stone. I guess not.
Yeah, ceramic tile is definitely not stone.
Yeah. Okay.
So you walk for what seems like half an hour, and you hear the person say halt, and they pull the bags off of your head and remove your arms from the cuffs, and you are standing in a large circular chamber that the walls and the ceiling are all coated with ceramic tiles. In the floor is actually an illuminated pool of water. And on the other side of the room, there's 3 round tables with 5 people sitting at each table. And then there's what looks like to be a homemade throne, uh, kind of sitting up against the wall behind those tables. You see a young man sitting there, and he's like, "Welcome. What are you guys doing in the tunnels underneath Calimport?"
Hey, you tell us. You invited us. Somebody did.
Yes, because you're not allowed to operate in the tunnels without license from us.
Right. Oh, you mean the secret lab that was under there?
What lab?
Well, we were in the
Well, no, he got
sewers.
kidnapped too, or I got kidnapped too.
Right. The guards tasked us with going down and investigating a secret wizard's lab. They didn't want to send any more of their men because their men kept coming back. Well, not coming back because they were eaten by a creature down there.
Yes, we're aware of that particular situation. When he says that, the people at the three tables chuckle lightly.
Right, you're aware of it, but you haven't stopped them, which means they've got your permission to operate down there.
The guards that haven't returned, he points to somewhat behind you and to the right of you. You see 4 individuals who are dressed as city guards, apparently playing a wagering card game. And one of them looks at you, it's like, he smiles real big. Like, nobody ate me.
Okay. I think I understand what's going on here.
I'm not sure you do.
Well, I was a guard myself. I know some of the stuff that they can get up to. Clearly, there's more than we know going on.
Clearly. Also, clearly, there is something going on. And I'd like to know what it is. Because somebody is doing experiments underground. Do you know of someone called Subject 7?
Does he have a tattoo on his forehead?
That is a detail that we've been notified of, yes.
Then I saw him.
We also know there's a
He's the one who saved me from the carrion crawler.
We also know that there's a substantial reward for him.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also aware that Subject 7 is a decoy.
A decoy? For who?
You're aware of the wizards known as Randolph and Mortimer Duke?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Maybe.
Yeah. One of them's got a couple of slash marks on him.
Yes, well, apparently they're building something, making something. Something to take over the city. I have no intention
what
of
we
letting
heard.
that happen. So,
Take it you know about their mistress then as well, right?
mistress? No.
Oh yeah.
The one who is they're working for to take over the city?
No. Explain.
Hey, well, when we went down there, we met a saucy little devil woman. Turns out she's the head of the whole operation.
Really? A succubus here.
Apparently not just any succubus. The little blue guy gave her a specific name and said that we should leave Calimport if we wanted to stay alive because of her and what they're building.
I would have half a mind to take them up on the offer, but to be honest, I want revenge.
Interesting.
And there were several of those little blue guys running around too. Maybe there was just one. It's hard to keep count.
Hey,
Are you talking about the quicklings?
yep.
Guess, yes.
Yes. Their little infestation I've also had just about enough of. They're drawing unwanted attention to my operations.
So it sounds like we have a reason to work together then.
You're free
no
to
fan of-
pursue Subject 7. I have no interest in him.
Hey,
And the wizards? We have a bone to pick with them.
yeah, those bastards tried to take our brains.
Yes, well, you're welcome to have theirs. I just want their intestines.
Fair enough.
All right, well, luckily for you, I prefer punching faces.
I also want to know why they're importing very odd materials into the city.
Right. Well, from what we gather, they're trying to make some sort of creature. Probably a part of that.
It's not just a normal flesh golem, it's some kind of super powerful one.
Aye.
Apparently, it needs dragon parts.
We didn't get all the details, but that seems plausible.
Aye. Seems like what they're looking for isn't just some dumb creature they can control. They want it to be controllable and smart. Throw in some dragon parts, they probably want it to perform some sort of magic. Maybe.
The succubus adds a new dimension to this. All right, you have permission to operate in the sewers. He has one of the guards hand you a small, highly polished stone. He's like, if you find their primary lab, let me know. So me and my crew can destroy it.
Primary lab, but I don't know if it's where I was or not, but I I've got a good idea of where it is already, if that's what it is.
Well, to be fair,
The two wizard brothers there.
I don't think that would be their primary one. I mean, their first lab, they blew up. This is their second lab, which also seems expendable to them.
It's really their third lab because Fingo there was in their second lab when we rescued him and destroyed it.
Right.
This facility would be very large and would have unique power sources.
Because they're making the dragon there, so it's different. Got it.
Dragon flesh golem.
So how do we contact you if we gain information for you?
Dirkman will just take the stone and go, "Aye, scenting stone."
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Guards usually use these to communicate as well. I'm not unfamiliar with them.
If you find the lab and you give me the correct information about it, I'll give you his body weight, pointing to the barbarian, in diamonds.
Hey, sounds like a good deal.
Okay.
Sarge cat has a smile on his face for the first time.
By the way, my name is Jimmy. They call me Jimmy the Hand.
Aye.
I'm
You can just call me Gatekeeper.
Olgar. Just call me Sarge.
And don't get me wrong, we are an assassin's guild, but we also protect our city.
You're not the first guild I've had to deal with. I understand words can have, well, bad thoughts behind them. Assassins bad, thieves bad, not all of them.
Well, you might want to know that we operate at the, not necessarily blessing, but the knowledge of the state.
You're looking at a retired flaming fist, so I understand.
But even so, it's probably better that the city guard not know that we've been talking to you as well, right?
That would be wise. They will, if they learn that, treat you differently.
Right. Not everybody is for working with the Assassin's Guilds. But our guard friends over there playing cards, they're a few of the good ones. Right?
They go on duty tonight.
So if for some reason we can't reach you, we'll look for them.
Yes.
All right.
Is there anything you think you would potentially need to complete this task?
Well, I'm usually just good with my hands. But I can't speak for my friends here.
Anything that could help me heal my friends better could be helpful.
He snaps his fingers. Halfling walks over with a bag, opens it up, and hands you 5 supreme healing potions.
Wow.
Actually, I did think of something. Your friend over there stepped on my last bag of caltrops. You wouldn't happen to have a replacement, would you?
No. You'll have to go buy those somewhere else.
Fair enough. Sorry about that again, mate. It's, nothing
Anything
personal.
that helped me, it'd be something to give me a little better armor class. I don't know if you got
Supreme
anything
healing.
like that. You guys pretty much don't deal in armor, I don't think, do you?
Not generally, no.
No, I wouldn't think you would. Kind of sneak through.
Besides, they prefer to keep things stealthy. The best you'll probably get here is leathers.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't do too good. Hey, plank on the half plate I'm wearing.
All right, then. Lead them back out. And the same person walks up, hands bags back to all of you, along with the silver, or not silver, silken rope. And leads you back to the piers.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're in the last building, of course, takes off your hoods and removes the rope. And promptly disappears.
Never get used to that.
Well,
I can
so is
sleep
it
pretty good when I'm not wearing armor, but I need to wear armor. But they're really good at it.
Right. Well, sounds like you and I need to hit up a blacksmith shop then.
If they can do anything for me.
Well, might take a while, but
Now we can swing in and see what they can do.
could always get a handcrafted armor made, and while you're waiting, ask if you can borrow something off the shelf.
We can see what they got.
Hey,
I'm not the best at bargaining for stuff.
neither am I, but
Usually have to pay full price for whatever I get.
Well, it's worth seeing what we can get.
Yeah, we can go by and look.
Yeah.
Can't hurt to look.
Yeah, I'd say we should probably, let's head to the blacksmiths and, or anywhere that armor and weapons and such are being sold.
Okay. There's several shops around town that do. Um,
Are there any run specifically by dwarves?
well, let's see.
That's where Dirkram would probably end up going. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what are you looking for?
Blacksmith run by a dwarf.
Yeah. You find one of those, that's fine. But
Yep.
what type of items are you looking for?
I'm looking to see if I could just get a bag of caltrops. I figured metal worker could probably make them. Other than that, I'm just leading our fighter friend here to a place to buy some armor.
Yeah, I've got armor, but it's the old military issue. Let me keep it.
At the very least, they might be able to enhance it. Who knows?
Enhance it or get something better. I never know.
Yep.
Yeah. One bag of caltrops will cost 1 gold piece.
Okay.
And that covers a 5 square foot area.
Sounds expensive for caltrops, but okay. Definitely pay that.
And Master Dwarf, what type of armor do you have?
Well, I have a few pieces of armor. I have bark warden plate.
What kind of plate?
It's called bark warden. And he shows it to you. It appears to be heavy plate made of dark iron overlaid with living bark. He explains it's +1 above normal plate and once per long rest. When hit by a melee attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by a d10, plus your proficiency bonus, as bark thickens across the armor. Plants do not count as difficult terrain.
Oh my, that is very nice.
It's like
Probably
if you,
cost too much, so I don't know if I can afford something like that.
well, then I have
I've got to
Moonleaf
trade
Mail.
in. All I've got to trade in is my half plate.
He's got Moonleaf Mail, breastplate, silk. You see silk green leaves overlapping like scales that glow faintly. You gain advantage on stealth checks made in moonlight, forest, or heavy foliage. Once per long rest, you can cast Disguise Self, but your disguise always has subtle fey or nature details. Then he has Thorn Back Armor, which is scale mail. It's covered with thorny ridges that flatten when touched by allies.
How much is that plate you showed me? That's very nice. That wooden plate stuff looks pretty good. It sounds pretty good. What do you want for that?
So the bark and wood plate is 4,500 gold pieces.
Oh my. I knew it was going to be too expensive.
So if you need something cheaper, he's like the Thornback armor, the Moonleaf armor,
Yeah, but I've got to have something that'll give me protection. I can't
Well,
get down from it. I'm wearing half plate now, and
so let's see, the Thornback armor. Let's see. Here's the Moonleaf, the Thornback armor, the Scale Mail. Its properties: when a creature hits you with a melee attack while within 5 feet of you, you may use a reaction to deal D4 piercing damage to it. Once per long rest, you can cause the thorns to bloom, granting 5 temporary hit points. That's probably the only armor that you could afford and out of what he has. Besides the Moonleaf armor.
and the Moonleaf is what kind of stuff?
That one gives you advantage on stealth checks.
Oh no,
And yeah.
And he's got the.
Now the Moonleaf is breastplate, so.
Yeah, the other one's a breastplate, huh?
The Thornback is scale mail.
Hmm.
Now he does have. Those are all roughly 600 gold pieces. The next cheapest armor is 3,500 gold pieces.
Yeah, obviously beyond my thing. Is the scale mail one
The Thornback.
Yeah, the Thornback. Is that plain? No pluses to it.
That is a correct statement.
And the other one was a breastplate.
Yes.
And it's the same thing. No pluses to it. I'm
Correct.
sure.
But it's a little cheaper than the Thornback.
Well,
The Moonleaf. Yeah, the Moonleaf only costs 500. The Thornback costs 650.
Man, I I guess I'm just going to have to stick with my half blade. Those don't really improve the armor class. And, I got to find something to improve that. Uh,
Is it
you
worth
happen to,
checking a second shop just in case?
well, I just got another question for him. And I'll show him my buckler shield. And I'll say, do you happen to have anything that's like this, only it's a little better quality, like some plus to it?
Let me see what I have. Okay, so I have a buckler of the Quick Thorn. It's 350 gold. It's an additional +1 AC. Once per long rest, when a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to deal an additional d4 piercing damage to that creature. And you have advantage on checks to move through non-magical thorns, briars, or dense undergrowth. He has, for 500 gold pieces, the Moon Mirror Buckler. It's a polished silver buckler that reflects moonlight even underground. It's a +1 shield. Once per long rest, when a creature attacks you, you may use your reaction to impose disadvantage on that attack as your image briefly splits into several false reflections. In moonlight or dim light, you gain advantage on 1 dexterity or stealth check per long rest. Then he has the buckler of the Pawn Guardian. This one only cost 100 gold pieces. It's a green copper buckler decorated with frogs, lily pads, and dragonflies. Gains +1 to AC. You have advantage on checks made to avoid slipping, sinking, or falling into mud, marsh, or shallow water. Once per long rest, you may cause the buckler to shed soft green light in a 10-foot radius for 10 minutes. Then he has the Ember Leaf Buckler, a red gold leaf shaped buckler that feels warm to the touch. Grants +1. You have resistance to the first fire damage you take each day. After reducing that damage, this property cannot be used again until the next day. Once per long rest, you can use a bonus action to make the buckler glow like hot coals, shedding bright light for 10 feet, dim light for another 10 feet for a minute. And then there's the buckler of the small door. This one is significantly more expensive. It's 2,500 gold pieces. It's a tiny gray and brass buckler marked with moth wings and a keyhole symbol. Grants an additional +1 AC. Once per long rest, when you're hit by an attack, you may use your reaction to teleport up to 10 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. If this moves you out of the attack reach or line, the attack misses. You can always sense the direction of the nearest ordinary door, gate, hatch, or openable passage within 60 feet. And that's what he has in the way of bucklers.
Well, I think the one with the fire sounds like a pretty good deal.
The fire?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Can you put that into the chat for me so I can copy it?
Yeah. You want that in Discord or the Roll20 chat?
Either one, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. Find our right tab here. There we go. Okay. Here's the details for the buckler.
Yep. Okay, and it was 600 gold pieces. It's the ember leaf. Or the gold leaf. Yeah. Okay. I will copy that into my sheet.
And it is the ember leaf.
It's called an ember leaf, but it is as the
Right.
gold leaf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paste that stuff, and then I'll take the other and put it in the name. And I'll take off my regular buckler and I say, you'd probably sell this to somebody for coins. I'll just hand him the regular buckler I have.
Okay. He says, why, thank you. I'll make sure somebody needy gets this.
Yeah, it's bound to be somebody who could make use of it. And let me deduct the 500, which is going to knock me down a little bit. But that's okay. Okay, that's all I can do here.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. So what are you guys doing now?
I'm gonna head back into the sewer, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
All right. So it took probably 30 minutes of shopping, so it's roughly 12:30-ish p.m. So we'll just move here.
We'll stop off at the inn we stayed at, and I'll give the we're not going to use Bruce, but I want to stable a horse for. I'll give him 10 silver and say, I don't know how long we'll be gone, but
Okay.
in case we're that long.
All right.
Just so my horse doesn't get lonesome. keep them at the stable. You like these?
Okay.
Oh, you changed it so I can't pull the other one out.
I'm sorry?
I had the nice round one made up, the token.
Oh. You should be able to drag your own token out if you wish.
I'll give it a try. All that comes out is the one that
So
that's what I made my token off of. But if you look at my character sheet, you'll see a round token. I don't know why it's not popping out.
when you were in your character sheet under the
Let me go in there real quick.
the edit, do you have it set to your default token? Because there's your character image, your avatar, and then there's your default token, which is separate. And then you have to hit the use
that's
selected
what's
token.
happened. I can take care of that real easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll just get rid of it. Then,
Darkroom, do you have night vision?
I do.
Okay.
there you go.
I don't, but I
Hundred-
always have my light cantrip up when I'm in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 120 feet of dark vision thanks to dwarf.
Okay.
Usually I do.
I think bugbears have 60 feet.
I think so. I don't remember. Let me open it up and I'll check real quick. Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did that wrong. Okay. So hopefully you guys see the tunnels that you're in now. I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And everybody can roll perception checks.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
I
So
was waiting
Honora
for coming.
and Sarge. You guys hear like heavily armored footsteps echoing through the tunnel. Sarge, you also hear a dwarven marching song. What do you guys do?
It sounds like they're coming our way.
Yes. And from the footfalls, you're pretty sure that it's at least 4 dwarves.
Out for
Much-
them being
not much
friendly,
chance
but
of
they are
anything.
my folk. There's a chance I could talk to them. What are you thinking?
Thinking they probably don't belong in here any more than we should.
Hey. Perhaps we should head them off and talk to them first. I mean, if they're unfriendly, we're probably going to want to fight them anyway. I doubt this bunch can sneak past them.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Right.
So, I'm good at sneaking without my armor on.
And any of you that speak Dwarven, you hear, Thrain, I think you've gotten us lost again.
Yep.
Apparently the one called Thrain's like, I think I've had too much ale. Oh, let's sit down and have a wee toast.
Guess I'll wait for them right here.
Okay. They're all sitting down.
Okay.
And
I will quietly or gently approach them.
okay.
Hey, what's a rowdy bunch like you doing down here?
Ah, we're looking for somebody named Subject 7.
Hey, you don't say.
Oh, yeah. His name happens to be Prince Keldar.
Hey. So, who put you up to this task?
Oh, we volunteered.
Right.
So far, we haven't found anything interesting other than this big room with lots of glowy shit in it, but...
Okay. Right, well, hope you don't mind a bit of competition, but me and my friends here, we're also looking for them.
You don't say.
Hey, it's no lie. Heard there was quite a reward for it.
Aye.
Hmm.
60,000 gold pieces.
Hey, true that. That is quite a paycheck.
What tiny room you find there?
Don't know. It's something bad. looks like happened there. Looks like somebody either decapitated or drug a highly decomposed dragon head into it.
Right. Well, we haven't had much luck down here finding any clues. But you're welcome to search around where we just came from. If you don't mind us going past you to go to where you've been.
Go ahead.
Aye.
We're just gonna sit here and drink a while.
Aye. Wish I had the opportunity to do that, but time's a wasting. And my friends, well, they're not like us dwarves, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
But I wish you the best of luck for whatever you're looking for.
Aye. You know what Project Sovereign is?
Can't say that I do.
There's a big drawing back there. Said Project Sovereign. Had really it looked like a disembodied dragon cut up into pieces parts.
We'll go take a look at that. That sounds interesting to see.
Aye, at the very least, I'd like to get my eyes on a dragon. Pulled apart or not, it's a fascinating sight.
Okay.
Fellas, enjoyed the drinks, and
Sarge will ask him, you guys bring an extra bottle we might buy from you for celebrating a little bit while we work?
hey,
Or are you going to drink it all yourselves?
No. Hey, give him a bottle of that Rourke's fella gave us.
hey,
They pull out a very fancy, medium-sized bottle and hold it up, hand it to you. Be careful of that stuff. It, if you're not a dwarf, it'll knock you on your butt first sip.
Well, we'll make sure we drink it someplace safe then when we imbibe. Because only one of us is a dwarf. Obvious.
I'll make sure they have a half portion.
Good thinking.
Hey,
And the shiny room was back behind where you came from, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's just beyond the bend up there. It's like, no. It's 4 bends away. Told you was lost.
Well,
You're probably right.
I actually saw that 7 way back when I first came in, got into this area, and I didn't know there was any reward for him. I tried to get him out of here. That's too bad. I didn't know back then. It was down the sewer, down the other way where I saw him. I don't know if he'd be down there anymore or not. I'll give him kind of an idea of where that was.
Okay. So, yeah, you keep walking. As you walk, you wind up back here.
Once we get out of earshot of dwarves, Dirkham's gonna turn to Sarge and go, "Hey, why'd you have to go and tell him that? 60,000 gold pieces, man."
That guy ain't gonna hang around there. It was
True.
right here. This
Hmm.
is that room they had me in.
Yep.
Hey,
Do we see a dragon's head in here?
You do not, but you do see glowing coming from one of the shafts. And as you move in, you eventually
Oh.
wind up here.
That's what we can see down from where we are, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is really where their big place is.
Put your drag your tokens to here.
Okay. Well, we need to get out of here so we can notify those folks that we found the. Actually, they're sending stone auto work.
Yeah. Dirkram will take the sending stone,
Okay.
activate it, give it a little squeeze, whatever, and just go. Hello, is this thing on? We've got a bit of information about Subject 7. Turns out there's a reward for his rescue or capture or whatever.
They know that.
Yeah. Seems
they
like
didn't-
there's quite a few groups down here that might be looking for him. We just ran into a group of 4 dwarves.
And a female voice comes out and says, "Really? How interesting."
Hey, were you the ones that sent them on their way down here? Or are they here without your permission?
Oh, those individuals? Yeah. I don't care. They're no worry. They drink too much.
Aye. True,
So,
but they're also dwarves. What dwarf doesn't drink too much? Anyway, they found the dragon and led us straight to it.
Yeah, the voice is not coming from the sending stone.
So,
There's something in front of us.
oh God! Ah! Shit.
Thank you for the proclamation, though I'm not quite achieved godhood yet.
A hot-looking woman. with
It's a
horns.
succubus. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, not you again.
Yes, me again. Have you considered my previous offer?
Let me think.
Shindo Libri.
How about you go back where you came from, and we'll continue doing the work that we want to do.
I have a counter offer. How about I kill all of you, and I never have to look at your faces again?
It's not for nothing, but those wizards brothers, well, I've got a bone to pick with them. And if anything gets in my way, well, I'm not going to be an easy one to stop till I get what I need. And right now, that's revenge.
Yeah, that just won't do, I don't think. Let's see. Okay. Requiring no components. Dominate person. Okay. Okay. So she's going to start with this. She is going to try and cast that on Nora. So Nora, you need to make I believe it's a wisdom saving throw. Give me a second. Yeah,
Okay.
wisdom saving throw DC 15.
No.
Okay, you are charmed. Unless somebody has guidance or something else to modify his score.
I'm not a caster.
Okay. So let's see. While you're charmed, she's going to move past Nora over here and do Fiendish Touch on Sarge.
Sarge? Are they even in range for that?
She moved.
I know. I'm between them.
Oh. Then she's doing it on you then.
Oh, great. Cool.
It's obvious that she is getting aggressive, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
In that case, when she moves up there,
that's
I
21
say,
points of
I wouldn't
damage.
do that if I were you, and I will
What was
swat
that?
my halberd.
That's
I'll try to.
21 points of damage.
Oh, God. Jesus. Be... I'm hurting real bad.
Yeah. Okay. You miss on your attack, and we'll do initiatives now.
What do I have?
Yeah, my wonderful initiative. Oh,
Let's see. Her initiative.
All right. Cool. Upon taking that damage, I'm gonna use my bloodied but unbowed.
Okay.
So when I take damage, I can take a reaction to regain all my expended moxie points, and if I'm bloodied when I take this reaction, I gain temporary hit points equal to 4 times my pugilist level.
Okay.
So that is 4 times 2, so 8 temporary hit points. Not like it's gonna do me much, but
You never know.
something I need. Yeah.
Okay, Sarge, you get to go first.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not before she went in combat, so 16 hit.
16 does hit.
Okay, then. That's not an 8, that is actually a 10. Well, might as well action surge while I'm at it.
Okay. That'll hit.
Ooh, that's a good one. And it actually has another 1 in there, so that is 18.
Okay,
So
so
that's
18 and 10, 28. All right.
28 points. And after hitting her a couple of times, Sarge says, "Beautiful lady, why are you doing this? We could make some great music together and enjoy it."
I was all for it. But apparently,
"Well, why did you attack my friends?"
because they were made an offer.
He's working with the wizards. You know, the ones that nearly killed you.
Anything else,
I
Sarge?
don't see any wizards. I just see a beautiful woman. That's all I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to her.
Okay. Dirk Room, you're up.
Yep. I am going to do what I can. I am going to just start punching.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Where's my unarmed strike? There it is. Or 16.
16 will hit.
Alright, cool. So takes 8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
With that, I am going to spend a moxie point in order to stick and move. I can use a bonus action to make an unarmed strike and take the dash or disengage action.
Okay.
So I will unarmed strike again for an 18 this time.
That'll hit.
Yep. For 8. And then I'm going to disengage and... How fast am I? 20 feet, right? Speed. For some reason, my speed is not on here. Why is my speed not on here?
You're a dwarf, right?
Yeah, I'm 20, 24 dwarf. I just
I think your movement rate's 25, I think.
No, they increased it to 30
Oh, did they?
in 24.
Okay.
Yep, because I'm a medium creature, I think is why they did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Put that in my sheet officially. There we go. All right, cool. So I'm going to, since I'm disengaged, I'm going to go 30 feet down the hall as I get away.
Okay.
Yep. Punch her twice, get the heck out. That is my turn.
Okay. She is going to try and drain Honora. Let's see. Make a Constitution saving throw, Honora. DC 15. Oh boy. So that's going to be 12 damage.
Okay.
Psychic
Does that
damage.
end the charm since she's damaged her?
Success, the target hit point maximum decreases by another equal to the damage taken. So your max hit points also decrease by 12.
Okay. All right. Forever or until a long
uh,
rest or what?
So that's all the details that this gives me. I can tell you it won't be forever.
Okay. All right. um,
Okay. So let's see. It is now Honora's turn. You can roll a saving throw versus the initial charm now.
Well, she just damaged her. If you damage somebody you've charmed, that breaks it.
Hang on.
well, before I do that, what about the familiar? How do you handle initiative for familiars?
They go on your turn.
Okay, before, after, or my choice?
Your choice.
Okay. Um, okay. In that case, if you're okay with this, I don't know. The pseudo dragon in 2025 has the sting, which is an action, not an attack. So can it use its sting against her? It forces a save. There's no attack roll. Or do you want to say that that's not acceptable for a familiar?
Okay, hang on just a second. So,
Okay.
a succubus charm does not automatically end when the charmed creature takes damage.
Okay.
Uh, if the charmed target suffers harm, it gets to repeat the wisdom saving throw.
So you have to repeat it on her turn.
Yeah, so you get an additional save.
Yep.
Okay. And I don't have to use my action for that. It's just automatic.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and attempt it.
There you go.
Hey,
Much better. Much better.
Okay.
nice.
You are no longer charmed.
Cool. So now, back to the pseudo dragon.
Yes.
Can it use its sting, or that is okay?
Yes.
Okay.
That is its action.
Sorry? That is action. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to attempt to sting her, which is just a DC 12 save. I'll have to look at what kind of save it is. Constitution save.
Okay.
If she fails, then she takes a little damage and she is poisoned and becomes unconscious.
She made her save.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to cast Bless on
All three
Dirkram,
of you.
myself, and a Sarge.
Sure.
And
So
I guess
that's
I will move. Sorry.
Bless gives you what? A D4.
A
Yeah,
D4
D4 to
on attacks and
attacks
saves.
and saves
Yeah.
for as long as it lasts, which it is concentration based.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and I should have moved before I cast that. But I think no, I'm just going to hang where I'm at for now.
Okay. Sarge, you're up.
Okay, I'm just putting this thing in for the. Okay. You're still attacking my friends. You're not being playing fair with them. When I swing the halberd again.
Okay.
And again, I got a 1 in there, so add 2 more to that. It's 16.
Okay.
I don't want to hit you, lady. I want to have fun with you. But you got to stop hurting my friends.
Anything else?
I ain't got anything else I can do. I'm a second level character.
Yeah, I know. Darkroom.
I already did my action search.
I think he stepped away.
Yep, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, what can I do? If I get hit one more time, I'm screwed.
Well, the good news is you're now blessed.
I am blessed. Okay, cool.
I can give you a supreme healing potion too.
That would be nice.
We get close enough to each other to do so.
She goes before you, so if I get too close.
Yeah.
Is there anything around me that I can throw? I do have a weapon. I do have weapons, actually. Yeah. I'm going to run up and if I go right there, am I able to see the succubus?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so from there, I am going to throw my hand axe at them. Keep on the waist. Oh, that's a -1. So that was not good. Okay, that's a clear miss. What can I do? I don't think I have anything for when I use weapons.
You can add your bless to it if you didn't already. But it's probably not enough to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's blessed again? It's
A D4.
D4.
12.
I mean, yeah, I doubt a D4 is going to do anything. I'd like to see what it would have been anyway. Oh, yeah, look at that. It would become 10.
10.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Huh? What?
So that's a miss.
Yeah, I figured. I gotta forget how blast I have to blast on. There we go. Alright, well, that is it for me. I can't really use a bonus. Can I use a bonus action? Yeah, no, I can't, not unless it's armed. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, she's going to close on Sarge because he's done the most damage to her.
Good. If somebody else for once.
And she
Closes on
is
Sarge, and Sarge welcomes her with open arms.
does a
Yeah.
fiendish
Pick up.
touch. 22
That'll hit me, of course.
for 25 points of psychic damage.
I fall.
Okay.
I'm down. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't get a save, do I?
I don't think so. It's just a melee attack.
Yeah, it's just a melee attack. But I'm down.
Okay. Nora, it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to decide what my best course of action here is with one down. I guess the first thing, Pseudo Dragon, Wimbledon is his name, is going to try his sting again. So that'll be another DC
Okay.
12 con save.
Okay. 21.
Oh well. It looks like I'm blocked. Am I blocked from getting to Sarge, or can I reach
No,
him
you
to
can
get
reach
him?
him. You're within 5 feet of Sarge. You can touch him.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pour one of the supreme healing potions down his throat with my action.
Okay. I think the Supreme's either 50%.
Supreme is the 100%er.
Is it?
Yep. It's
Okay.
regular, greater,
Superior.
superior, and then supreme.
Okay. So you're fully healed.
Okay. But I'm still prone.
You're still not prone, yes. Anything else, Sonora?
I'm going to move back to here,
Okay.
and I'm going to hold the bag of potion or the pouch of potions open. I mean, I've
Okay.
used my action,
I
but
will
if
warn you
Dirkram
that
wants,
that opens you to an opportunity attack from her.
by moving, yeah, I'm aware, but
Okay.
yeah, well, no, I guess I'll stay where I'm at for now, and avoid that. I'm just gonna hold
Okay.
the pouch open where
Okay.
Dirkram can grab one if he wants to, because I've already used all my actions, so I can't hand one to him. Or
Okay.
is that wouldn't be a free action, would it, to hand him one?
Actually, that is a free action.
Okay, well, if it's a free action, I will hand him a potion so that he can use it if he wants to.
Okay. Sarge, it's your turn.
And I'm done. Yeah.
My turn. And step over here. Do you use flanking? I forgot now.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have advantage on the attack.
Just wanted to check because first time playing, I got to keep asking things.
Yeah, it's fine.
28. They say that's a pretty good hit.
Yeah.
12. And make that 14.
And she's dead.
You're kidding.
Nope. Combat is over.
Wow.
And that is a level up.
Awesome.
Okay. Do we have to go out and rest to do it, or
Uh, so this is how it'll work. You'll level up. You don't gain your hit points until a long rest, and you don't gain your spells until a long rest.
how about the other stuff that goes with your what do you call it?
The feats.
Archetype. Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff you will pick up.
I hope you're happy there, not too unhappy with what I decided to have as my thing. I'm going to be an Echo Knight.
That's fine.
Okay. We're going to take a break and do this stuff.
Yes.
Is it
Okay,
all
bye.
right? I need to go, like, if not right now, pretty soon. I got to go take care of some stuff for my son. So if
No.
y'all are continuing, just
No,
play
we'll
Nora.
just
It's fine.
we'll just handle
We
the
can just
level up
call
stuff.
it a quit.
Yeah.
We can do stop now. It's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have the other people in a couple of weeks here.
So when I level up, will I get my max hit points back, or are they still going to be reduced? Just so I
You'll get your max hit
got.
points back.
Okay, cool. All right, after a long rest and
Correct.
level up. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Just wanted to make sure that I keep it straight since it's going to be a couple of weeks. Okay,
Sure. And I'll post.
thank you.
I've recorded this session, so I'll post the video, and we can use that for
Okay,
reference.
cool. Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
that you did that till you said it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you for running.
No problem. All right, guys. Have a good couple of weeks, and we'll see you. Hopefully, Ben will be able to join us, and we'll have you guys get back out and finish your level up.
Right.
Cool. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
It
All
was
right.
fun. Have a good one.
Good night.
Okay, you too.